Getting from there to here. Been a long road.
And yeah, I think that's enough. Okay, let's get this off of here. And we are starting this episode officially. Hey, everybody, it is Thursday night, October 1st, 2020. It is season 22 of Big Brother USA. This was the first ever triple eviction in the history of Big Brother USA. It's been done in Big Brother Canada, but we are here in the American version. And I'm Dave Mader, coming at you here on Super Mader Brothers Podcast. Joined with my brother Jeff Mader and co-host Jaemeel Robinson to cover the season. Wow, guys, what a night! It was full of surprises, ups and downs, twists and turns. Who could have seen this coming? Like, if the I think the biggest surprise was that you guys said definitively last night, David not going. He is not. He didn't go in the first eviction, but he was the second casualty. So, Jaemeel, I feel the need to go to you first tonight and just see, officially how you're feeling and maybe what you are thinking. The floor is yours.
I'm emotionally distraught right now. Emotionally distraught, not because of people gone. I'm just. Man, this season's just terrible. It's just really bad. It's just, I don't even know how to say it. Like, I come here week after week and I assume positive intent. I'm like, you know what? Things are going to turn around. Things like
I'm starting to feel bad. I feel like I'm responsible for this somehow. But
I literally just want to go in my cocoon of silence. Wait. Oh, it doesn't work properly. Hold on. See, I get props and the props don't even work properly. Cocoon of silence. There you go.
This is like the cone of silence on Get Smart.
Cocoon of silence. There you go.
In the cocoon of silence.
Cocoon of silence. I don't want to see anymore. Right? Just wake me up when Cody or Tyler win.
Yeah. In terms of that is the disheartening part, is that we see that these competitors, these players that we've just been naturally rooting against because they've been dominating the game, they continue their streak here. The only silver lining for me is that, okay, now there's only them left, and now they got rid of Kevin, they got rid of David, because of course they did, and even though Christmas and Tyler took a shot here tonight, and luckily for them, Tyler wins the HOH, but otherwise I think they would have definitely taken a shot at Tyler and Christmas tonight, and probably Christmas would have went first, even though I don't think that's actually the smart move of the two to get rid of first.
They would have put up both of them, Tyler and Christmas.
Yeah, one of those would have been going if it had been some combination of Cody, Nicole, even Enzo perhaps, or something. But Nicole Franzel is on the block twice in this triple eviction tonight, Jaemeel, and twice she survives it.
And twice she had the opportunity to win an HOH by just doing true and false. Something Nicole should be able to win.
Yeah.
Dudes, seriously. This let's go over the fact that this was like a lazy triple eviction. Like, they were not trying at all in terms of the challenges at all. This was embarrassing.
It wasn't a triple eviction. It was a double eviction.
It's a double eviction. They got the wrong part of the Canadian thing. They thought it was double coffee, but it was actually
all the sugar in your coffee. double eviction.
Well, okay, and we talked about this last night. What format is this triple eviction going to take? And these were the two possibilities. They were going to do the Big Brother Canada format, which is you put up 3 people and 2 are evicted in the second part of the eviction, with the first eviction being a traditional one. And this was the other alternative, is you sort of do this cycle twice. Now, the house guests were onto it. We saw that there was this reveal in the second part where Julie apparently had a sign behind her. But they already knew. They already kind of knew about this, as
they were talking about in the first part of the show.
Yeah, they showed that footage on the show to show that this was already in their mind, that they were already speculating based on what Dr. Will had said, because it was pretty obvious. And
Is it better to make it obvious, or is it better to make
No,
it?
it's not. It
They
is
didn't
not
have
better.
enough to say on the
Why
show.
do they do that then? Why are they making it obvious?
They didn't have enough content for the first part of the show.
That's
Yeah, this is filler. This is nonsense. This is whatever. And so there was just the first part of the show, which was the Kevin Swan song, His Way Out. Very sad. And
Cody berating David again about taking the money.
yeah, it's like they had to like whip these two on their way out, like both Kevin and David. It was like they couldn't just go out into the night. They had to sort of be.
I don't care what anyone says. This is going to be a bitter jury.
Oh, definitely.
Now Danny's the first one to go out. Okay, of this big pack alliance. Who's the next person to go now? Nicole, or is it?
No, she's in the final 3.
So who's going in the next 6? Who's going home next? The final
No
6.
one. They're gonna Julie lied. They're gonna get Kevin and David to come back so they can evict them again.
I think this final 6 is interesting in some ways.
If Cody or Enzo win, I think they were talking about it tonight. They're like, we're gonna probably need to put up Tyler. Tyler and Christmas. So
where does Memphis sit in this game?
Memphis is just gonna float to the final 4 or final 2. He's just gonna float.
Because he believes the wise guys still exist.
They might take him out though. They should take him out.
We called it the 2 full HOHs in 2 hours. We did call it, or I think I did, it was my preferred option of the 2 possibilities at least. But I don't know. It wasn't as good as it would have been. I think it was because they recycled the 2 competitions.
Oh my
The
god!
double eviction, Dave.
That was the more disappointing part. If they had 2 new fresh competitions for the second part of this, I think I would have liked it more. But
It's double with a little cream, a little sugar.
They couldn't do the poker one, or they couldn't do like a math one. They couldn't do a spelling one.
They set up one thing. They were gonna roll with that, and that's fine. But at the same time, I don't know. Like this game sucks.
Mary wanted the can one. She wanted the can competition.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a good one. Like had the game been interesting. The game's not interesting.
Okay, so who, Jeff, of the 3 who went tonight, Kevin, David, and Danny, are you sad to see any of them go from this game?
I wanted David to go far just to rub it in their face. Like
He almost won veto.
But yeah, like I wanted to see David get further than Memphis. Like that was what I was hoping for.
And then Memphis is like, I've been trying to get rid of him since week 2.
Yeah, like that.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Exactly. Like that was why. Like I wanted to see David get further than him.
I wanted to see David get further than Memphis. That would have been nice. I get that, but and Daryl is here to gloat because he's got Memphis and Christmas in our draft.
You should not be proud. You should not be proud of this.
Daryl, I got Cody and Nicole, and they're still both in the game.
That's like saying nuclear holocaust on my bingo card. What? It's still a possibility.
I don't think that Daryl likes them personally. I think he's glad he has the 2 potential winner picks.
Who has a better chance to win? Okay, me or Daryl? Daryl's got Memphis and Christmas, and I've got Cody and Nicole.
I think you have the better chance to win, Jeff, of those of the possibility. I think that Cody and Nicole are almost destined to be in this final 4. It's Grodner is willing it to be so.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Memphis or Christmas are going to be the perfect second place person that gets 0 votes.
Daryl wants to know where his money is, Jaemeel.
Where's my $20?
Yeah.
Could someone tell me how I owe him $20 again? Just remind me. Remind me again. I would like to hear it.
I don't recall. What was the terms of this bet?
I heard we shouldn't be trusting the U.S. Postal Service right now.
I'll put ballot on the $20. Daryl.
Yeah, there's not like this PayPal, guys. It can be done. It can be done. Have you ever heard the always say, David's never get farther than Memphis is? LOL. Is this like a David and Goliath metaphor? I'm not as familiar.
I know Daryl's typing like.
Yeah. You can send it by money order, Jaemeel. Don't worry. There's plenty of Western Union. There's plenty of reputable places you can go. It can be done.
It's waiting for you in Brantford, Daryl.
Waiting for you in Brantford. When the day when we all return to Brantford, whenever that is. Yeah. So okay. So but Jaemeel, saying like similar thing. Like, are you okay, like, yeah, sure, it would have been more interesting to see David go further in this game to sort of be a some kind of a bomb or like just like a chaos element in this game, because he's so bad and he could be manipulated by somebody to potentially have something more interesting happen. However, are you sad to see David go, Kevin go, Danny go from this game tonight?
I don't like these people.
Any
I
of them?
don't. Like Enzo, I guess, but like I lost a lot of stock with him when he didn't vote for Nicole when he had a straight up chance. But like Kevin, I guess, is tolerable. David, I don't like him, but I like him more than the other people. All right, Danny, guess. But I don't like these people. I straight up don't like these people. So I'm left in a situation where I'm like, I just want something to happen, and nothing is happening. Even the way that they're voting each other out was just like planned out. It was so
robotic.
Yes.
It's almost like professional wrestling, but we know the fix, right? We know what's gonna happen.
Fix this thing, kid.
We know how they've booked all these matches, Jaemeel.
First of all, please do not besmirch the sport of kings that is professional wrestling.
By comparing it to this?
All right, by comparing this. Let's just refer to it as it's like the American Idol, right? That's fixed. Right? Represent Bo Bice. He should have won. Anyways.
It's all about Bo Bice.
Bo Bice, right?
Deep cuts with Bo Bice.
I still remember.
Or was it Clay Aiken who was robbed? Perhaps?
No. Ruben 2004.
No, it was all about Ruben Studdard earned it.
No, but for people that don't know,
this is
Bo Bice should have beaten Carrie Underwood, right? But Carrie won.
It was fixed
right?
because she was more marketable. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
This is my song for 2004.
We don't get sued, Jeff. We don't have license to such things. They'll come after us with that big money.
No one's coming after you for I'm sorry 2004. No one.
I'm sorry, 2004.
Daryl's saying, I don't like any of them either. I just wish they would cancel the season and no one wins and they donate the $500,000 to COVID research.
Do that. CBS, do that. I would love it. Just to tell them. It's like, all you guys did, all for naught. $500,000 go to COVID research. Goodbye.
JJ says he likes the way Daryl Clark thinks, and and Daryl will definitely like that comment because Daryl likes the way he thinks too.
Daryl, yes, is a fan of the way Daryl thinks. So if you are on board with Daryl's way of thinking, it's a simpatico relationship.
Yeah,
he's like, I like this JJ Jobs dude.
He's got potential. This guy, I don't know. Yeah,
he got gumption. I like gumption.
He says, you know what? I think I can mold this JJ Jobs.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, just this. Okay, so donating the money, I guess. Like, I get that they're not unlikable. Can we just enjoy the sport of it, in terms of what we have here, the gameplay of what's left here with these final six? Maybe are these six of the best players ever?
No.
Well, yeah. No, yeah. Of course, they're the six best players that aren't, Dr. Will, not James,
of course,
not Boogie, not Will.
Are they the
not
six
Dan
in this cast? Are they the six? Are they the six people who deserve to be in the final six of this cast?
Like, what do you mean deserve?
Like in terms of like they've earned their way there. Like they're not okay. There's
that's fucking awful game.
Who was the one in BB16? The one, the dumb one they took to the end. with the final three.
Look, here's the deal.
What's her name? With Derek and Cody.
Victoria?
Victoria. There's no Victorias in this mix. Right?
Here's the deal, Dave. Nobody in the final six that sits in the final six right now got there in a sexy way. Not one of them was ever talked about really to be on the block. The only one that's ever touched the block is Nicole, and that's only recently. And Tyler. Christmas.
She was
barely. I'll give you that. It was not much of a.
Cody never, Memphis never, Enzo never. Right? So these players were like protected throughout the whole game. So now they're the final six.
Well, I get that it wasn't fun to watch, but isn't that what you're supposed to try to do? Didn't they play it well? These six? Didn't they? Yeah, granted, it was boring. It was not necessarily entertaining, but was it not the prudent thing to do? Was it not the?
But why was this the six? Like they've been shoving this committee thing down our throat. But really, at the end of the day, Enzo isn't in the committee, but he's in the final six. He was always going to be in the final six. He was never in the committee, right?
Yeah. Daryl. Sorry, Daryl. Dave. This is, if this was like in sports, this would be getting one basket in and then stopping the other player from getting a basket and then holding on to the ball and waiting for the time to run out before there was a 24-second shot clock. Right, and they win the game 2-0. That's basically
what
this is.
You gotta get it over half within 10 seconds. So watch that.
Right, like there's a it's almost like they've been overcoached for this game. These players, it's overthought. It's like you watch a lot of professional sports, right?
Yeah,
and
become a professional sport, Dave. You're exactly right.
These are professional Big Brother players, and it's like watching professional poker. I don't find that as interesting as watching and just playing poker, amateurs playing poker. And I think that's what this is the first time I've watched a true all-star season since I've been watching Big Brother. I've only been watching since 15. I've watched a few seasons with returning players, and generally I have not liked the returning player element because these players know what they're doing, and I generally like this one.
That is fine if the players are entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But when we saw this cast, and you just look at the people that are even in the final six, who's entertaining? It's really just like Enzo. And like Nicole is on the show a lot, but is she entertaining? I don't know. She's on
I think to certain types of people, she probably is.
The other four are like, who cares? Memphis, Cody, even kind of Tyler. He's kind of I like him, but he's kind of like not really on the show a ton. And then who's the other person in the final six? Christmas. Christmas sucks. Let's face it. Christmas just sucks. She's just one of these people that she slimes her way to the end in these games every single time. She's better at the game than everybody, but I can't stand her. I will get rid of her so fast. I don't get she gets her claws into like Memphis or like whoever, and she's like, all right,
she got her claws into Tyler. Okay, did you see in it was the second part of this where she fell off in, I think it was the veto, where Tyler ended up winning the veto in his HOH, in where Danny ultimately goes, and she falls off there. And so as they're heading out towards commercial break, she goes, "I'm so sorry I fell off," and Tyler's like, "Oh, well, like whatever, I won, so it's good, right?" But it was just like that is who Christmas is. She's loyal to absolutely, and right now Tyler is her god. Like he is number one.
I think she's really with Memphis, Dave.
Over Tyler?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of what we've been shown. Jaemeel, don't you agree?
I believe she has Tyler and also Memphis.
Who's she more loyal to?
Oh, I think that she's going to be more to Tyler.
Really? All right.
I tend to agree. If this comes out though, that especially if she figures out that Memphis was did this I did 2 final threes with Enzo and you were in one and Cody was in one. If that comes out, I think that Memphis is going to be sunk with Christmas.
Yeah.
And then she'll be very loyal to Tyler.
Because you know who has to tell her? It's not Enzo. It has to be Cody. Because if Cody says it and calls it wise guys, the question's going to be like, who told her? Who told him? And he's going to go like,
Enzo.
Enzo told me, right? But we were together.
Oh,
right?
so he can pin it on Enzo because Enzo was the one who.
Oh no, it can pin it on Memphis because Memphis is just the dude in both of them.
Right. Yeah, I suppose so. Here's a comment. Do you feel like Cody lost 4 jury votes in Danny, Day, Kevin, David? Will these 4 not vote for Cody?
Danny might still vote for Cody. She's just disappointed that Cody didn't vote for her.
That depends who he sits beside.
Yeah, if he sits besides Christmas, Cody won.
Yeah,
Jaemeel, should we be disappointed in Danny that she's surprised in Cody?
No, because she sucks.
They should have had more agency in their entire game, and they put it in the hands of the commission, and thinking that they had their hands on the steering wheel, and they certainly didn't. That's the truth, right? Danny thought she had her hand on the steering wheel. She did not.
They never
Right?
made a move. They kept like making sure they didn't make the move, and then they they're gonna go home anyway. Like Nicole will probably go home till she has no control over the game.
Exactly. She had no control of the game. She thought she had her hand on the steering wheel. She did not. She learned today who does, not her.
And she could have turned it around and tried to get some of the bigger dogs out and turned the game around and made it exciting. But oh no.
Isn't that been the story of the whole season? Like not maybe not for certain players, but for like these players who thought they were in better positions in the house than they were. You know, the Bailey.
Ian thought he was in a better position.
Ian,
Dave
Bailey,
Davon,
now Danny, right?
Even David, in a sense, because David, like, I'm not going home this week, so I'm gonna get that 10K. He was lying when he said, "Oh, I messed up. I got nervous. I just react." No, you wanted that 10K. You wanted that, and you knew you weren't going home. Don't lie, bro. No,
he went home anyway.
He was gonna go home anyways.
He
didn't have control. He didn't have control over his situation. He finally had control. He decided to take the money.
I say good for David for taking that money because
I say get it.
They would have just taken it for themselves. They would have one of them would have got it instead.
Yeah.
If David got the 10K via the golf course and people found out about it, they would have the same reaction. But Tyler getting it, they're like, good on you, Tyler. Get that thing. Same thing with Danny. And they're turning around and saying, I can't believe he did it. Who knows what would have happened.
They don't believe what they're saying. They're just saying that because they have they have to justify it.
If David won or Kevin won and put them up, right? Like what situation would they have been? What votes would have been there to save them? They have to vote out each other. Because even if someone won the power veto, right? One of them's going down, another one of the commission's going up. David's not going to put Kevin up, and Kevin's not going to put David up. So, like, what are we talking about here? They're just talking random stuff, right? It's not even jury management. It doesn't make any sense, right? Like, even Christmas is stupid, right? You're telling me, I guess it's personal, right? As Danny's walking out the door. Is that the last thing you want to say to her before she leaves? That's stupid. It's like, she could have said something like, well, you'll see the video and you'll know what it means.
Christmas doesn't want to win this game.
She doesn't. She doesn't. She wants to win competitions and she wants to show how loyal she is. It's her rehabilitation, because she's a felon.
She didn't want to win the first time. Like, this is the same game again, and it's just there's no Paul, so it's where we were kind of disagreeing on who the new Paul is for her. I think it's Tyler. It might be Memphis, but whoever that is, that's who she wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to make sure someone else wins. That's her. That's how Christmas thinks. Like she's a solid second in command who's going to help you. A vice president. She's like a vice president. That's how she thinks of herself.
Is it?
I think so. That's my diagnosis. I'm like that that bird counselor on Star Trek Lower Decks. So this is my diagnosis. I got to use a food metaphor though. This is like Christmas pudding. No, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, I love the effort. I love
It's
the
like
effort.
coco vin. It's like the chicken and the red wine, and they come together.
Oh, well, if she doesn't win, it's going to be flambe, right? In terms of if she gets voted out, it's going to be flambe and the jury house.
That Christmas dinner is going to be ruined by
That's gonna be souffle.
yeah. There's gonna be coal in her stocking. No, that doesn't work. Whatever whatever pun it's gonna be. But
oh, it's going to get worse.
Jaemeel
Facts. All right.
Why I can't see the facts.
She named her son Loyal for Pete's sake.
Yeah. Yes. Loyal.
Loyal.
Okay.
Christmas and Loyal. Just
Loyal.
Everybody knows.
She named her son Loyal. That's what she believes in. She is the most loyal.
She's the most loyal.
That's her
She's
philosophy.
loyal. She should be unloyal to her tattoo artist. They suck.
You don't like the tats?
Facts. Her tats look garbage. I'm sorry.
Not a fan of the tats over here, Jaemeel.
You know what? I like tattoos. Not on me, but I like tattoos. They don't look good. She don't got no good tattoos. What is her tattoo of? What is her tattoo of?
Looks like kind of just like a silhouette of a woman.
Is it?
He's studying it right now, like by memory.
Right.
It's nothing. It's nothing that it's fine. She wears it well, but it's in the script.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. It just seems like random stuff.
I'm not a fan of the person at all, and her whole everything about her. But whatever, it's okay. So just to look at this whole final six, though, we got. So you're saying what I'm surmising is of these final six, there's kind of two sides. We got Enzo, Nicole, and Cody is one side, and the other side is sort of
Memphis,
Christmas, and
Tyler,
and Tyler. Right? Is that kind of what it is?
But refresh. Okay, is it me?
No, I'm still here.
Wow, this is weird. I'm usually the one who's gone. Yes, and that is the entire plan as to how I can win Big Brother. Oh, you just missed it, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah, he's when he goes in the house, he has a whole plan locked down. Dave, you missed it.
Got the picture of the tattoo.
It's green. It's got a lot of green. It's got some woman with some flower, ivy or something. I don't know.
Check this one out.
It's bigger there because of the pregnancy. Yeah, I see it. It's cool.
Is that a spider web? Okay, whatever.
I should be like Rogan. Can we say this? Can we show this? Can we show this? Can we show this?
Bring it up. Can you get that? Bring it up.
Are we allowed? Okay.
Are we allowed?
Rogan. I'm on the big screen.
Right.
Honestly, okay, you're right. There's two sides of the house, but then there's also on the Venn diagram, Tyler is kind of still there, possibly with Nicole, but we all know that Nicole is with Cody.
Is Memphis not with Cody? Are Memphis and Cody definitely not together, or are they sort of loosely?
Cody is totally on to Memphis, so like if Memphis has the impression that he still has that, he better get his facts straight quick.
He saved Cody. He protected Cody tonight. He got rid of David, the big threat David.
Cody was not going to. No one was going to take a shot at Cody.
Nobody.
Not in the people that won HOH.
Not even as a backdoor. Not even as a renom.
So okay, they put up Cody against who? Kevin? No,
Frenzel.
sorry, against
Frenzel.
Nicole is gone. Nicole is gone. Bye bye, Nicole. Who? Okay,
because Danny would save him.
Danny would vote for her.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Enzo would vote to vote Nicole out, right, and save Cody. Memphis is probably getting rid of Nicole. right?
Yeah.
Who else? Tyler might
Maybe. Yeah.
you might take a shot. But Christmas likes her boys too much, and if she has get a chance to vote out a girl, she's taking it.
She's loyal to the boys.
Yeah.
Loyal.
Loyal.
Christmas's dream is to have a stage a picture on Big Brother where she's just surrounded by dudes, like she's Marilyn Monroe, and then she's probably going to do like a Vito is a girl's best friend type of thing, right? I can already see it now.
Just remember that was her pregnant with Loyal.
She was loyal to Christmas. Yeah. Like she's gonna be like she doesn't that's the thing, is like she will be around, I think, for a bit. Like we saw here that Danny makes Nicole promise that if she gets any kind of power, she has any kind of say in it, you make sure Christmas goes before Tyler. Is that good advice from Danny to Nicole?
How are they gonna how is Nicole gonna like look like? How is Nicole going to? How is Danny going to show that or believe that Nicole's going to keep it? Like, what's going to be shown to Danny? All she's going to see is comps, right? And then all you're going to see is Nicole fall on her face, and that's it. So, like,
all right, let me ask you this: of the 6 people remaining, which player do you feel has like the least % chance of winning?
Christmas.
Memphis.
Christmas.
Okay. So you think Franzel has a better chance than both these people?
Franzel and Memphis in the final 2. Who wins?
I don't know.
Probably Franzel, right? She's more likable.
Cody's gonna vote for Nicole. Tyler's probably gonna vote for Nicole.
I don't think Memphis can get the votes in a final 2.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't see Davon voting for Memphis over Nicole.
I don't know. Well, yeah, you know what? You're right.
Who wins, Christmas or Enzo?
Enzo. Enzo by far.
Christmas or...
You're trying to find that right combination.
Memphis. Christmas or Memphis? I think Memphis, right?
Memphis, I think.
Mm-hmm. Cody or Nicole?
Cody will win.
Cody or Memphis?
Cody will win. I had to think less about that.
Cody or Tyler?
Pretty close.
I think it's going to be closer. Okay, let's break it down. Danny is going to vote for Cody, right? Regardless. Danny is going to vote for probably Tyler. David is probably going to vote for Tyler. Kevin is probably going to vote for Tyler. Who else is there? Christmas. That's a good one. I don't know. Maybe Cody. Maybe no. Tyler. Maybe Tyler. I think Tyler wins that. There's no way they should let Tyler get to the end. There's no way
they should let Cody get to the end.
But I
it's
think
insane that he's in the final 6.
There's less agency for them to get rid of.
It's insane that Cody is in the final 6.
Why is it any more insane than him or Enzo or Memphis?
Because he's the biggest friggin' target. Like if I was in the house, that would be the only person I would want to get out first.
You're like first week, it's like we got to get rid of Cody.
Yeah, every week I'd be like, so when are we getting rid of Cody? When's this happening?
Tyler's a huge target too.
Yeah, but Cody would be way ahead of my list before Tyler. Tyler would be very high on the list, don't get me wrong, but I think Cody's worse because Cody, the way he plays and his bullying and the way he's able to sort of control these networks of alliances, Tyler has a similar ability to do with this as well. But I feel like Tyler is somebody who will work with people who are not necessarily always in his alliance, or I think that Tyler plays a cleaner game than Cody does, quite frankly.
Not as messy.
Not as messy and more respectable.
Yeah.
So I don't want Cody to win. This is what Cody and Nicole, Jeff, I know you have them in the draft. But Cody and Nicole must not win. This must not happen. Neither of these two will be allowed. I will go. I will cheer for Memphis over either of these two.
Dave, it's all going according to plan.
Okay, and with that said, I just want to quickly bring up our.
Yeah, you cross out my dude.
Let's cross it out here and just bring it up. So this is our, as we mentioned, Daryl Clark and others. Sorry, show and stream and then solo on. Sorry, there's a new interface here. So we can see here that these are everybody who was in the game and sort of when they've gone. So the first person we have to go to here is Kevin Campbell, who is where are we at here? The 8th evicted. And does anyone know what a day this is?
7 days after
After the last one.
So what, 58?
So,
58 or
50, yeah, day 58, I suppose it is. Okay, so a memorialization for Campbell. All right, so then we go to our 9th evicted, which was David, who belonged to my wife Jane. I'm sorry, Jane. So 9th evicted. Day 58.
She got a lot of value. Hey, kudos. She got a lot of value.
She got a lot more value than a lot of these other early picks, like Kesar, who was 4th, and Janelle, who was taken 3rd, but went.
Did Jane lose both of her players tonight?
Yes, I think she did.
Wow.
She wasn't saying much tonight. And then who am I missing? Oh, Danny. Where's Danny in this draft? Danny.
13. Lucky number 13.
Yeah, Jane did lose both of hers. So and the 9th evicted.
I have the only pick left in the game that was picked in the top 7.
Yeah. And Daryl, who had the snake pick here, he picked Memphis and Christmas back to back. So just to go to Jane first. So that's Danny. So Danny is gone.
It's the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah. And then
David was 8.
David is 8th evicted, of course. And
no, sorry. No, I think you got it wrong.
Do I?
Wasn't Davon 7th? So that means Kevin was 8th.
Yeah. Right. You're right. So Kevin is 8th. So David is 9th.
Danielle's 10th.
Yeah. Daniel's 10th. Right. You're right. So we just quickly fix that. 10th and. Who am I missing here? Kevin is 9th, right? We're saying?
No, Kevin is 8th.
8th, yeah, right there.
David
is 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sorry. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. And
No
then I haven't crossed. So
what a great draft by me. Just go back to that. Look at that. I can pick.
Yeah, Cody, and then you get Nicole at 15, Jeff. So
and look at all the evicted members around where I picked. It's all in the middle. That's people.
Because rational people would say there's no way Nicole Frenzel is making it to like the end. There's no way.
But she's final 6, and you never know now.
Lord.
Yeah. So and I have to cross off Kevin, right, from the board, which belongs to you, Jaemeel. Yep. So Jaemeel. So there goes Kevin. So.
Look, my picks were kind of like out there. I'm kind of surprised that they lasted this long. Honestly.
So there you go. Daryl is looking pretty with his Memphis and his Christmas. Then Sean has Tyler, which we'll see with Tyler. I think he's got a big target right now. Jaemeel, you have Enzo still. So meow meow. I think Enzo is the one I'm cheering for the most. I think of the final 6. And then Jeff, you have Cody and Nicole. You're looking good too. So let's see there. Jen's gone. Amanda's gone. Jane's gone. I'm gone.
Who won BB last year?
Who did win last year? I'd have to look that up.
Who won it last year? So you booked the worst season of Big Brother. Kudos, Daryl. Kudos.
Big Brother 21 was won by Jackson Mickey, which belonged to Jen. So that
Jen. Okay. Jen's already eliminated. So I won Survivor the year before.
Right. You did well in that one, as I recall. Didn't you pick the top 3? You had all 3. You had 3 people in that draft, and they were the top 3.
Yeah.
Or something.
And I almost won Survivor last year.
Yeah, I've never won at all. I've never won any of these drafts. I have many attempts. Even like I think Sean won a Survivor one, and Sean doesn't even know about Survivor, or it was something like that. Like he won something he didn't even know. So it was. I'm not doing so well. I tend to pick people. I tend to pick with my heart, not with my head. Jeff picked with his head this time. He picked Cody and Nicole,
We picked good people.
and this
Not,
was
not like good people.
not good people, but not people
But-
I want to cheer for.
But
Even
yeah.
going into this, although my stock on Cody has gone down. So
I knew they
Don't
were
worry.
going to do well. I knew both those people were going to do well.
Don't worry, Dave. You're gonna win the Amazing Race one year.
Amazing Race. We don't even pick for the Amazing Race. I think I
Or-
have a good chance of picking a winner because I just picked somebody out of a hat, pretty much.
Oh.
Who has won Big Brother twice? I believe that's you, Daryl. Daryl likes to ask questions.
It's not gonna be a third time.
The answer is that would be me. Yes.
That would be me.
The answer is Dan Giesling.
Oh, Dan Gleason won twice.
Maybe
Yeah.
Nicole Franzel. She might become the second two-time
Just-
winner.
There's
No.
no way. There's
Only
no-
two-time winner. There's no two-time
Well,
winner.
I shouldn't say no way because I just even mentioned it before that there's an opportunity for her to win, and that would be disgusting.
She'd
that
have
would
to
be
cut
just-
Cody's throat for it to happen, right?
She wouldn't have to. She'll find someone else to do it for her. And she'll like, oh my gosh, oh no, I'm all alone now.
She's very good at like feigning like that she's weaker than she is. Like I saw
Yeah.
in these competitions tonight, in these veto competitions, she was in them, right? Like she did fall off and fall on her face, and that
That's
was
always
fine.
good.
But she's it's just compared to a Christmas, she can't compete. But
Did we not see like just a couple episodes ago of her like totally throwing Danny under the bus to Cody? Like, and she's like, "No, we're the best of friends. I'm gonna miss you. Oh, I'm gonna pank for you."
no, she has no loyalty. Like like Nicole is loyal to herself. Don't get me wrong, but she's will she have the guts, or will she be able even to pull off getting someone to go after Cody for her?
Oh, she'll get someone to go
Who,
after Cody.
Nicole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't need to go after Cody.
To win, she does. She can't
No.
win against Cody in the end.
Yeah, but she needs to make sure that she uses Cody to get rid of people like Christmas first.
Yes. Oh yeah, she has to get rid of because now she knows that Christmas doesn't like her. No. Nicole has priorities. Nicole will always get rid of someone who is actively not with her before she goes after her
Like,
own ally.
Who does Nicole want to sit beside in the end? Like Enzo or like Memphis?
I think if she's smart, she would want to sit next to Memphis, maybe Christmas.
Christmas for
But she's not smart enough to want to sit next to Christmas. It's too risky. So
Yeah.
maybe she is
If
smart. for that
Christmas
reason.
wins Big Brother, I literally don't know what to think. I don't think it. Don't say it. Don't
Unless
think it. Don't say
Daryl's
it.
saying, unless Nicole wins the next HOH, she is next out. She will be the one to go at 6. She will not make it to final 5.
I don't think so, Daryl.
Maybe.
Jeff is willing to bet you $20.
Daryl's like, well, he'll take that bet. He's just
I
rolling
won't
in
be
the money. now.
surprised if Tyler's the target.
Yeah, Tyler can't be the next HOH. So unless Christmas is the next HOH.
Yeah, unless Christmas wins the next HOH, I think Tyler will be the target, and Nicole might sit beside him.
Unless Tyler can win a veto, take himself down, which easily can happen. This will be interesting to see how this. I think this next week will be just the math of it and who ends up on the block and who wins the veto. You know, we're getting to those.
Did you like when they said, "Oh, we should all bunk together in one room"? I'm like,
I didn't
come
hear
on.
that.
I'm like, no way. Like the moment that someone wins HOH and they start getting noms, you're not gonna want to sit look at these people in the face. No, you won't. Like if Memphis wins HOH and and he puts up Nicole and Enzo. Probably not Nicole and Enzo, probably Nicole and Tyler. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is Nicole and Tyler want to be in the same room as Memphis and looking and joking with him? No, they wouldn't. Although Memphis would be in the HOH room with the door closed. So
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting just to hear feeds and how these 6 are going to interact with each other, right? Like,
well, there's no point for a wall yeller anymore.
No. How much do they really like each other too? And without Danny running around talking to everybody, like maybe it might get boring in there, or it might get interesting. Like more paranoid, I think, is more likely. Just like sort of
I like to
quiet.
see like Enzo win an HOH and make a big move and like put Memphis up or put Christmas up.
He's looking for blood.
He says it will be Nicole and Tyler sitting in the nomination chairs. Jeff,
Meow Meow's on the prowl, Dave.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll play the HOH tonight?
No.
No, they're probably going to bed,
Or
and it would have been great if they did. Well, no, it wouldn't have been great if they did slip and slide. So not next week, but the week after is probably slip and slide. Then,
You're dying for that slip and slide.
well, like we're running out of opportunities to do it. They're not going to do it on final.
What about the pressure cooker?
The pressure cooker isn't happening with this many people. They're not doing pressure cooker.
you need a lot of people for that. The slip and slide, I think, is also there's. I don't think they're going to do it, Jaemeel. I don't know.
They'll do it with 5 people.
No, I don't think they're going to do it, especially with COVID.
Sorry, they're not going to do slip and slide. Why? They're on individual lanes.
And there was soap.
I know you would think it'd be good, but they're not.
So sorry, you know what? They wouldn't want to do slip and slide with 4 people because this HOH is going to be 5 people competing, and then next week is going to be 4. So they would have to do it this week, and then next week's veto would be comics, wouldn't it? With final 4.
What if
Final four
Enzo
number?
is the next HOH?
Nicole and Tyler.
Okay, then what? Then what happens after that?
He's not HOH anymore, and he
then-
goes back in the shadows.
Yeah, in the when there's only 5 people left, he's able to go into the shadows.
Because who are you going to take a shot at? Are you going to if you're okay?
Why does no one want to take a shot at Memphis? Why is Memphis like we talk about Cody, okay, a lot in this game about how he's the guy, he's the untouchable. But to me, it seems like Memphis is the real player that's the untouchable. Nobody wants to get Memphis out.
Because he's so like people don't like Memphis. People straight up know they don't like Memphis, but he keeps to himself for the most part, so they don't have to worry about it. He's not running around talking to people. If he's HOH, he's in his room, door locked. If he isn't, he's outside drinking coffee. You know where he is. You don't have to worry about him running around, right? You know exactly. If you're Enzo, why are you going to get out in Memphis? Memphis technically wants to keep you. Right? And you're in alliance with Enzo. Christmas still doesn't know that other people know about the wise guys, so you don't have to worry about that. So you're putting up Tyler, who's not in any of your final things, and you're not putting up. You're going to put up Nicole, right? And then whoever gets voted out, you're like, you know me, I'm just following the will of the house. If Tyler comes back, who's he going to put up? He's going to put up. What is it? Most likely Enzo and maybe Nicole. Or Enzo and maybe he takes a shot at Cody thinking that Enzo was his boy, right? Are they going to take that? Are they going to have Cody on the block and not take a shot at him?
Yeah, I'm following your logic here too.
That's just how I see it. Now, of course, I'm looking at the best case scenarios that makes rational sense. So obviously Enzo is going to put himself on the block because, that's the way this season has been going. And then eliminate me from competition of winning this pool.
There you go. Okay. One thing we haven't touched on yet was Danny's exit interview, which I thought was the more interesting one of the 3 tonight, because I thought Kevin's and David's were sort of whatever. But Danny's she called out Tyler directly about the fact that he wanted to go home, which is something to go see his girlfriend. Because there was this whole thing in the show where they were showing how Tyler was struggling with his issues and demons, however you want to characterize it, and generally they portrayed him in a fairly favorable light, but it seems that Danny kind of just spoiled it here, probably against production's will, that Tyler was ready to leave. He was ready to walk out, and Danny's alluding to that it was mostly because he wanted to go home to Angela, who was a former Big Brother player as well. What did you guys make of that?
Groner's not going to like that.
Well, I think it wasn't so bad. It was kind of shown on the show what she said, so I think that she would have got away with it.
Julie should have turned to the viewers and goes, "You didn't know that happened? You should have bought the live feeds."
I feel like Julie Chen should have like a glass of Chardonnay. and, like she's like this new like drunk like hipster kind of like she's like, I'm Julie Chen Moonves and now I drink Chardonnay and I talk to the house guests, I tell them what to do.
I agree. Like she is struggling. I think the production is struggling this season, just in terms of like probably like the restrictions and the challenges that come with the COVID. And good for them because considering the Big Brother Canada game had to get shut down completely, I'm sure this is not as easy to pull off as we think it is. There's probably a lot of challenges with it, but we see things happen like this triple eviction thing in her background. Is that a result of that? Maybe. The fact that Julie never seems to kind of know what's going on, and she makes a lot of weird improvisation quotes. She's always kind of done that, but now more than ever. This whole 6 feet apart, the person's got a mask on.
So you know why they do that, right?
Why?
Because everyone that works at CBS and that lot, they actually go home to their families and such. So everyone in the house is quarantined, but everyone else isn't. So they're of the mindset that the masks will protect the people inside the house
when they go off to their jury quarantine.
Yes, which technically is the opposite of how the masks work, right? But CBS got a CBS.
Why? Like they're CBS. They could build like 2 little boxes for them to talk.
Where's Julie Chen Moonves sleeping?
Les Moonves' house, I would assume.
All right.
Los Les Moonves, the Moonves Hotel.
And Charlie Moonves, whoever that was, he had a birthday. I remember that. Happy birthday, Charlie Moonves. Charlie Moonves.
Sounds like a James Bond villain.
Charlie Moonves, I want to take over the moon.
Did you feel bad for Nicole that she had such a rough night?
No.
Sorry
to cut you off before you even finish your sentence.
She didn't have a rough night. It was more like she was like had to sit on the block and watch other people go, and she was like, "Sweet."
Oh no, she must have known how David and Bailey and Kazar and all the rest of the people that were on the block before, so
she was all like, "Oh no, it wasn't me though." Final 6, but cha-ching.
Who do you think is hungriest for this win?
Nicole, probably.
Yes, she can just imagine all the influencer powers she'll gain.
All the sponsorships with the face creams and stuff.
Yes. She'd be on Days of Your Lives or something.
I think it's Enzo. I think Enzo's the hungriest for this.
Yeah, he wants an 80-inch screen TV. 75 just won't cut
Maybe he might even be able to get 2 of them.
If 2. He'll put it on each side of his room. So when he turns over, he can watch one side. When he turns over the other way.
He goes, meow, meow. Meow.
That's an Andy Richter Rules the Universe reference, folks. You should watch it on DVD and Blu-ray.
I think Enzo's done, yo. That's it.
That's it.
I think Enzo can win this game.
Hey,
that'll be great for me. I don't think so, yo. That's it.
Oh, see now he drops.
That's it. He's gone.
Yeah, you see it's gone. That's a sign. I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out. I wouldn't even mind seeing Tyler win this game at this point. Just because that's he's not Cody. He's not.
Who are you cheering for? Who are you cheering for? The 6th for me.
Enzo and sort of Tyler.
Okay, so
and then after that, probably Memphis. And I don't even like Memphis.
You would rather Memphis win than Cody?
Yes.
Why do you hate Cody so much?
I don't like Cody. I am anti-Cody. I think Memphis is a douche, but I think that Memphis owns it better. He wears it better. I don't think that Cody is in denial about yes.
What about Christmas?
Christmas, definitely. Like, I want her to win more than Cody or Nicole.
Did I mess up? Did my system?
Yeah, your screen went dark.
Both your screens went dark.
That's what happened to me earlier when I was talking to you guys and you said I froze. So
I thought I won again.
no.
No. But I
Okay,
still have
so-
a chance. Enzo's still there.
Rank the 6, Jaemeel, based on
Enzo won.
who you want to win the most versus the least.
Can I go from least to best?
Yeah, go from least to best. So who do you want to?
Christmas.
Christmas is she's the one you want to win the least.
Yes. Nicole. Then Memphis. Then Cody. Then Tyler. Then Enzo.
Similar to mine. I have for me it's from most the one I would want to win the most is Enzo, then Tyler. Then I would probably cheer for Memphis. And I don't like Memphis. But he owns it better. I don't like Cody. I think I'm cheering maybe even for Christmas over. I think I'm cheering for Christmas over Cody. And Frenzel is definitely at the very bottom. So it's slim pickings here. It's not great.
I'm kind of going for Tyler, number 1, then Enzo, then probably Nicole, then
Wow.
Cody, then Memphis, and then Christmas.
Christmas will win. You guys don't have to worry about Christmas winning. She won't even win by accident.
No, I just hate her.
She won't even win by accident. Where's Topaz? It's like, let me vote. Let me vote. If you don't know what that means, folks,
Christmas could be a
type
runner-up.
Big Brother Topaz. Anyways,
Big Brother
so-
Canada 1. Go check that
No,
out.
you could just put in Big Brother Topaz, and it'll just come immediately up.
Mm-hmm. Daryl says, Jaemeel, you went out just like Enzo will.
That's why you're the commish.
That's why he's Michael Chiklis. It's the commish. That's a sweet plug. Even Jeff doesn't know the commish.
Oh, dude. Before he was on what?
The Wire.
What was? Oh yeah, before he was on the Wire. Before he was in Fantastic Four. He was in the commish.
Yeah, and he looked older than he did later on, but it was quite bizarre. Yes, he was the commish. Michael Chiklis. I didn't think I'd be talking about him. All right, so okay, so we've talked. So basically, we all want it to be either Tyler or Enzo, and then we have some combination of these other 4 not winning. None of them great. None of them like sort of ideal situations. We're not going to get like an Ian. Like all the people that have been voted out would have been great. I think. Okay, here's what I really think is like that everyone who's been voted out is more likable, it's more rootable, whatever, and that's why they've been picked off one by one, and that's why the season has been so painful. It's just that everybody who we say maybe him or her, we'd love to see them do well. They're just picked off one by one because I think this big pregame alliance knows it, and they're like anybody who has any kind of jury sympathy or any kind of like potential to sway them with some kind of sad story must go.
So Kevin's fate was sealed when he started talking about being a mixed Japanese black kid.
And
someone was in the next door.
Community
Someone was in the next door. They're like, "Oh, it's Kevin's time to go."
Well, I think there's some truth to that. I think that happens in a lot of reality shows like this, where you get down to the end, especially, but even before that, like who do I want to sit next to, and I'll have to make my case. And you want to think it's all going to be about gameplay, but it's also going to be about like, no, that person needs the money, or that person should win because we've never had this type of winner before or whatever, and so like all those are the considerations for who you want to get out of the game. I think that those are whether consciously or subconsciously, but I think more consciously is really the reality of it. And I think that the players need to be the players who would be the victims of such things should be more aware of this, because I think they like also women. I think like the fact that there's only 2 women left in this 6, and they're not allied at all. They are definitely at odds with each other at the moment, and there are probably fewer women winners, not because they're not good players, just because I think in terms of who you may want to sit next to, or you don't want to give yourself a chance to lose, right? Like unless it's a Victoria or somebody who is just a Raven, somebody of like that who's just obviously not going to win. But
Raven. We should have an all goat season. Raven, Victoria,
Back Glenn and
Glenn,
Glenn, Summer
Glenn
Steve.
from Glenna. Yeah, Summer Steve.
2018.
Oh my gosh.
Summer Steve 2018.
What's his name? The shouting chef from 14. What was his name? Hated that dude.
Oh, I didn't see 14.
You got to see 14, dude. 14 is so good.
BB 18, right? I just gotta look at what was that Steve's last name?
Summer Steve. Did you hear that Johnny Mac was disappointed that he wasn't called for All Stars?
Johnny Mac? Well, I'm disappointed that Johnny Mac's not on this because he would have really made this a lot better.
Johnny Mac and Kazar having a heart-to-heart. Enzo and Johnny Mac having lengthy conversations.
Steve, no, Glenn was 2018. No, that's Big Brother 18. What year? So then I want Big Brother 19, right?
Summer Steve, I think so.
We'll be back.
You go.
Jeff is obviously turning his camera off in memorial to David and his tremendous fight to win Big Brother. It was a long fight, one he was unsuccessful for. Great job, David. And this is where you're supposed to put like "Rest in peace, David," like 2000 to 2001. 2019 and to 2020.
I was too busy looking up Steve Arienta from Big Brother 20. Summer Steve 2018. That's from New Jersey, from Parsippany, New Jersey.
More New Jersey people. More
Jersey. I'd say, how about a Big Brother season? All Jersey people.
All Jersey.
Yeah, North Jersey, 8 North Jersey, 8 South Jersey. Get Paulie Calafiore and Cody in there. We'll see how this turns out.
Oh Lord. Well,
hey, it couldn't be worse.
They're like challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. We've always wanted to do Jersey Shore on Big Brother. Now you will have it.
Does the audience have any questions? Oh.
Yeah, Mary's saying, I thought it was funny how Danny was disappointed by Cody voting her out, but everyone told them, wall yellers. Like, so why was Danny, if Danny maybe had been tipped off to this by people, was she in denial?
But even with the wall yellers, you still see Devon still was buddy with Nicole. Everyone heard about Cody and Nicole final thing. So were the wall yellers even productive? No, all they did was just turn off the feeds for lengthy periods of the day. So
yeah,
we just got punished for it.
Right. So it's not effective. Like you're not gonna sway the game. And it's the same thing. Like people always think their position's better. They don't want to believe it. They get like if I ever were to play Big Brother, and I hope Jaemeel, one of us will one day. It's a matter of don't be in denial. Like and these aren't you. I'm
a paranoid dude. I would be like, they're coming to get me. Everyone's trying to get me, right? I don't know if I could handle the paranoia, right? Or believe I'm in a better spot than I am, because I'm always going to believe that I have to work a little bit better. I need to make sure I communicate. Now, it depends on what vibe I'm getting from the people I'm working with, mind you. But the
real flaw, though. The real flaw this season is that because many of these people have these pre-existing relationships, that's kind of the big problem here, right? Because is that we have these pre-game alliances, but also just like Devon's ultimate undoing was that she could, even though she thinks because she's friends with Nicole Frenzel in real life, and they see each other at these, enough that she feels some kinship with her, and that she sees her around, that I'm not saying they're best friends, but that they would do
that pre-existing relationship is going to carry forward,
and that is affecting. I can trust Nicole what she's telling me, because she wouldn't want to hurt our relationship, our friendship. But Nicole Frenzel doesn't care. She wants to win, and good for her. And I think she's self-aware enough to at least pretend like she feels bad about it. But it's not. She doesn't. She wants to win. She wants to make the money, and good for her. I guess. But like again, the problem with Frenzel is not it's not what she does. It's sort of her dishonesty in owning it, which and can she win with that flaw again this time? She's not gonna be sitting next to a Paul. It's not, whatever. They should have done an NDA. Mary says with in regards to the wall yellers, perhaps.
Yeah, possibly. Look, they shouldn't have wall yellers. Like, come on. They've had in the past, and they got to be smart enough that people are bored out of their mind and how this season was going. You got to, come on, you got to kind of take care of that. The fact that they didn't, come on. Like, seriously. Right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Just Big Brother before the game. Maybe.
I'm kind of hoping for Enzo Tyler at this point. But at the same time, I really don't care.
It's good. It is what it's going to be, right? So, let's just watch the sport of it. Has there been any spoilers, guys? Is there anything that we could potentially look ahead to?
No, we just watched a triple eviction. There's no spoilers.
No spoilers. Okay. What do you guys think about the fact that this is we're moving to Mondays, not Sundays, because apparently they're moving the nominations episode.
I don't like it. So one day I don't do podcasting.
But now Sunday's a day you won't do podcast. Actually, no, sometimes we will.
See, they got you.
How many weeks do we have left, though? It's not many.
No, that's true.
Maybe she just said for the rest of October. So we're going into week 9, and there will be 3 weeks after that. So
October 28th is
the finale, right?
Yeah.
Will we get some Jury House on Monday night?
God, I hope so. Can we just get live feeds in the Jury House?
Would you like that if there was a live feed in the Jury House?
Yes, I would. Yes.
Do you think the contestants would ever go for it?
I don't care what they want. I want about me.
Yeah.
I
hear you. Okay. Yeah. Well, I would like to know, or at least get more footage. Some of the best stuff are those Jury House segments. Like the Dave Vaughn and Pauly Calafiore in the Jury House is legendary. I still remember it. It is amazing.
Danny's got a lot of explaining to do because she's going to be there with Ian, who's going to be like, what the F? Dave Vaughn's going to be like, see, look how they just run you out the house after what we told you. Kevin and David are going to be like, you did this to yourself, right? And she's like, I played a good game, and Christmas is like, well, we all told you about Christmas, but you didn't want to believe, right? So, tough beans. One by one, as these people come out of the house, everyone's going to be like, oh, I thought you were going to win. I thought you were in a good spot. That's why you didn't want to make any moves. And it's like, look at you. 5th place, 4th place, 3rd place, no place. No place.
Right. Okay, everyone. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up for the night, and we won't be back till Monday. Now we just found that out, but there's only 3 weeks left, so we're in the home stretch. Final 6, guys. Somebody will go next Thursday, then the one after that, and the one after that. Then we can get to the final. So get ready. Oh, Jeff's
back in his cocoon.
Back in the cocoon of silence. He's chewing something, I think, is what's going on.
You don't want to chew on the pod? Come on.
Yeah, come on. So keep following us along. If you're along for this journey, stay with us. Subscribe, tell your friends, comment, make sure to share, because we love doing this and we love having you involved and in getting our opinions out there in the ether and seeing if Daryl's going to have the gloating glory rights. It's looking good for him. Maybe Jeff. Who knows? Definitely not me. Could be Jaemeel. I'm rooting for Jaemeel, I think, at this point. Also, our other channel is Live Long in Podcast, where we do Star Trek stuff. So Tuesday nights, D Space Nine. Wednesdays, original series. Thursdays, which was tonight, we did Star Trek Lower Decks. We did that earlier tonight, so that because we knew that this was going to be an action-packed episode. So go check that out. That is just wrapping up. We're going to be doing the season finale next week for that, and then heading into Star Trek Discovery on Thursday nights, as that will be airing on CTV Sci-Fi up here in Canada or in CBS All Access in the States. And as well, we have Star Trek Radio Theater on the weekends where we reenact Star Trek episodes in some funny voices. You may want to check out this Saturday night where we're doing an episode called Sub Rosa from Star Trek Next Generation's 7th season, as this will have me playing the role of Dr. Beverly Crusher, along with our great cast here on Live Long in Podcast. We have Tom Mott Tyrell playing the role of Geordie LaForge and Ned Quint. So this is like a basically if Scotland was in space, and it's I can't get into the whole story. You have to check this out, but it's going to be quite good.
She's giving up the ghost.
Yeah, the ghost. That candle is but nothing but misery for your family. So,
Ghost fucker, ghost fucker.
Yeah, I'm playing the ghost fucker, if you will.
Geordie.
And we're gonna have
Daytime.
girl talk. Jeff and I are gonna have girl talk. He'll be Troy, and I will be Crusher.
What's it like to be fucked by a ghost?
Well, if you have the right candle, you know what it's like, Beverly. So it's good. Check that out on Saturday night. And our other channel is Trivial Debates. We do that monthly. We just did this past weekend, which was Trivial Debates, the Triple Threat Tag Team Battle Royale. It was me and Jeff versus Chris and Jaemeel versus Jody and Kevin, with Ashley judging. If you haven't seen it yet or checked it out, please do. It was quite something. And
The triple didn't work out as well for me as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't tell them. You might have. Who knows? You might have won, Jaemeel. And we argue there on that show about movies, sports, TV, history, all kinds of things. So there's a little bit of something for everybody in that podcast. So check that out. We're all cross-linked. And thank you so much for being with us. We will be back for week 9 next week here on Big Brother. Take care, everybody, and have a good night. Remember to follow the golden rule.